So today, mga kaibigan, i-discuss natin kung ano yung instantaneous acceleration and velocity. So, para umpisa ng lahat ng yon, imagine niyo na lang, isang araw, bumili ako sa tindahan. Ngunit, bigla akong naalala na may inutos pala sa akin si Papa. Kaya, pumaripas ako ng takbo. Ngunit, habang tumatakbo ako, may bigla akong naalala. Nakalimutan kong isarado ang pintuan namin. At yung pusa, nasa lamesa na. Anong gagawin ko? Kaya tumakbo ako ng mas mabilis. Ang tawag doon, mga kaibigan, ay instantaneous acceleration and velocity. So ano nga ba ito dun sa video? Ang instantaneous acceleration is yung, kung makikita nyo dun sa video, nung pagbili ko sa tindahan, inutusan ako, bigla akong naalala na inutusan pala ako ni Papa. So, let's say, na tumakbo ako nun, like around, let's say, 2 meters per second. And then, dun sa point na na-realize ko na nakabukas pala yung pintuan namin, baka mapasukan ng pusa. Yung, doon na nga yung pusa sa lamesa eh. Yun na, ay bigla akong, sabihin natin, dumoble yung bilis ng takbo ko doon. Naging 4 meters per second. Hindi ako huminto dito. So, continuously akong tumatakbo. So, ang tawag doon, mga kaibigan, sa pag-change ko ng velocity all throughout ng running session ko, ang tawag doon is instantaneous acceleration. So, basically, ang instantaneous acceleration is yung change in velocity with continuous time frame, with continuous time frame. So, eto naman, tong dalawang to, ang tawag dyan is instantaneous velocity naman. Makukuha mo yung instantaneous acceleration gamit ang instantaneous velocity. So, to repeat lang, instantaneous acceleration is change in velocity in continuous time frame. Yan, mga kaibigan, yung instantaneous acceleration. Now, to understand more about instantaneous acceleration, we must define what really is instantaneous acceleration. Now, we have here the average acceleration. So, you can get the average acceleration by getting the change in velocity all over change in time. Or we can write this as Vf minus Vi, initial velocity, all over change in time. Now, in instantaneous acceleration, we utilize here the use of limits where the change in time is approaching to 0. We can still use the same format here, change in velocity over change in time. Yan. So, the only difference is the change in time here in instantaneous velocity. instantaneous acceleration is so small na kung saan a-approach na siya sa zero. Ngayon, ayun yung pinagkahibaan niya sa average acceleration. However, you can still use this to get the approximation for instantaneous acceleration. Ang ginagamit ng instantaneous acceleration kapag in instant na talaga nagbago yung velocity. Gaya dun sa video, hindi naman ako dun nag-stop. So, we can still use both of these, but this is more accurate for instantaneous acceleration. So, para saan nga ba ginagamit yung instantaneous acceleration and velocity? Actually, pwede mong makuha ang distance ng dalawang pinpoint location gamit ang instantaneous acceleration and velocity. Actually, pinili ko tong lesson na to kasi may matagal na akong gustong sukatin, yung MRT. Nung nakarang araw, sumakay ako tapos ni-record ko yung speedometer na ipapakita ko ngayon.
Next station, Guadalupe. Guadalupe Station. Kalapit to ako magbukas.
So, paano nga ba natin makakalculate yung distansya ng mga station? Dito sa senaryo na to, tinry kong sukatin mula Bonnie Avenue papuntang Guadalupe Station. Yan, papuntang Guadalupe Station. So, paano nga natin susukatin? Ngayon, gumawa ako ng listahan ng mga changes in velocity all throughout dun sa travel time ko. So, una, meron ako doon sinulat na from 0 to 7 seconds kasi yung video na yon from Station Bonnie to Guadalupe is nag-reach around 92 seconds. So, paalala lang na itong calculation na to is for approximation kasi. Kasi, mahirap naman talaga makuha yung exact distance ng dalawang station gamit lang ang velocity and acceleration. So, from 0 to 7 seconds, sinabi ko na baka 20 kilometers per hour yun. Kasi, paano ko nga pala muna nasabi na yung speedometer is naka-kilometers per hour? Well, Nakita ko lang sa Facebook na ganun yung speedometer nila. And usually naman kapag speedometer, kilometers per hour yung laging nakasulat. So, binigyan kaagad tayo ng velocity. Ito yung velocity niya. So, from 0 to 7, 20 kilometers per hour. From 7 to 31, naging 50 kilometers per hour. And then 31 to 40, 45 kilometers per hour. So, wag na natin isulat yung mga notation kasi hindi na nga siya. 40 to 47 seconds. 40. So, 47 to 78. Ito yung nasa bridge part na. Actually, matagal ko na din gustong i-search bakit bumabagal yung train sa may bridge part. And ngayon, nasa takbo niya is 30 kilometers per hour na lang. And then, to 78 to 86 seconds naman, ay nasa approximately 20 kilometers per hour. And then, lastly, 86 to 92 seconds is 5 kilometers per hour. Yan yung mga estimated velocities ko all throughout sa biyahe mula Boni Station to Guadalupe. So, ngayon, try natin silang palitan muna ito kung ilan yung equivalent seconds nito kasi nakaano pa siya. So first, meron tayong 0 to 7. So basically, it's 7 seconds. 7 to 31. 31 minus 7 is 24 seconds. 24. And then 9 seconds. And 7 seconds. And ito yung pinakamahaba. 31 seconds. And then 8 seconds. Then lastly, 6 seconds. Now, para makuha natin yung distances ng mga values na yon kanina, kailangan natin gamitin is yung function ng instantaneous acceleration, which is xn, kung ilan man yung kanina, that one has 7 times na nagpalit ng velocity, so 7 din to dapat. 7 times tayong magaganyan. Is equal to x0, yung initial distance. Mamaya malalaman din natin yan. Plus the acceleration. And then time squared. So kanina, meron tayong mga given. Yung kilometers per hour. So, this is a velocity. Kailangan natin ng acceleration. Pero, meron tayong time. Which, kanina na meron tayong, for example, yung pinakauna, which is 7 seconds, 20 kilometers per hour. So, meron tayong time na magagamit. So, para makuha tong acceleration, i-divide lang natin to sa time. So, dahil para mas madalian tayong makalculate, i-convert muna natin siya as meter per second. So, isa-isahin muna natin silang lahat bago natin i-divide ito sa time. Dito na nakalatag na siya. Itong 7 is yung time, yung seconds. Time siya. And then, ito yung velocity na which is kilometer per hour. ito yung kailangan muna nating i-convert into meters per second. So, ito yung lahat. Ito yung time sa taas and then yung velocity yung sa baba. So, first muna, kunin muna natin yung pinakauna, yung 7 and 20. So, paano nga natin mako-convert ito into from kilometer per hour to meters per second. So, ganito lang kasimple. So, ilatag muna natin siya 20 kilometers over kilometers per hour. So, ita-times natin siya sa ilang ilang meter meron sa kilometer. So, we have 1,000. 1,000 meter over km times ilang minutes meron sa 1 hour. So, we have 60 minutes. And then, ilang seconds naman meron sa isang minuto. So, we have 60 seconds. So, cancel, meaning kilometer and hour. So, ang matitira na lang is meter and second. So, in total, meron tayong 20 times 1,000 and then 60 times 60 is equivalent to 5.56 meters per second. So, uulitin lang natin siya sa lahat. So, sulat na natin. .56. So, meron una. So, yung pangalawa naman, 50 km h times 1,000 km times 60 minute 60. So, we will have there 1389 meters per second. So, dito na lang natin palitan. So, 13.89. And then we have next is 45. And then we will have there 12.5. So we have here 12.5. And the next we have 40. And we will give 40 a 11.11 meters per second. And then we have 30. And that will give us 8.33 meters per second. And we have next is 20 again, just like in the first one kasi parehas lang naman silang 20. So magiging 5.56 din siya. Then lastly, we have 5 kilometers per hour. So it will give us 1.39 meters per second. So ayan na guys, kompleto na yung mga conversion natin into meters per second. Ngayon naman, ang gagawin na natin is kunin yung acceleration netong mga velocity natin. Kasi tandaan nyo, naka meters per second pa lang siya. Pero sa function natin, kanina, point 23. Ngayon na meron na tayong lahat ng acceleration, pwede na natin siya i-plug in isa-isa sa may function na xn is equal to x0 plus acceleration times square. So, yan. So, una, gawin muna natin yung 1. So, xn. Hanapin muna natin yung distance. So, distance yung x natin. So, xn will is equal to x0 since sa distance 0 tayo nag-umpisa sa may Bonnie Avenue Station. So, it will give us 0 muna for now. So, plus the acceleration of 0.79 and then yung time neto kanina which is 7 seconds squared. So, this will give us a value of, ito na yung distance niya, 38.71 meters. Ayan. Ito na yung distance ng unang given. So, sulat natin dito. So, 38.71. Yan. So, nakuha na natin yung distance ng unang pagpalit ng velocity. I mean, hindi siya nagpalit. Yung pinakaunang initial velocity. Then next, we have the second one. So, ngayon, ito na yung pangalawa. So, let's say na ito na yung x2. Kanina, x1. So, x2 na to ngayon. So, we would have the value of the first one. So, bakit x ang nilagay ko? 38.71 meters plus the acceleration, 0.58. And then, yung time neto kanina, which is 24. Yes, 24. 24 squared. So, it will give us a value of 372.79. So, ayan na yung value natin for the second one. Ayan na yung layo ng narating natin mula Bonnie Avenue Station hanggat sa pangalawang palit ng velocity. Sulat na natin siya. So, huwag na natin isulat to si 1 dahil nagamit naman na natin siya. 372.79 meters. So, sa x3, sa pangatlong palit ng velocity, ano kaya ang distance? So, gamitin na natin si 372.79 meters plus 27.56 plus 0.23. Then yung time is 6 seconds. And that will give us the final value for the distance from Bonnie Avenue Station to Guadalupe Station with approximation, kalimutan, of 875.84 meters. Yun yung approximation ng distance, and pag sinearch niya sa Google, meron iba doon na lumalabas is around 770 something, or meron din doon is approximation of 1 kilometer, which is hindi naman lumalayo yung sagot natin. Yan. Ngayon na nakuha na natin yung distance, kunin naman natin ngayon yung instantaneous velocity. I-denote natin siya as Vx. So, ang formula dito is from the instantaneous acceleration formula natin kanina, which is yung xn is equal to x0 plus a t squared. So, i-derive natin siya. So, simply, since at time lang naman yung may exponent, and then ito yung wala parenthesis, and then you can cancel it out, then bababa natin yung 2. So, ngayon, Vx na yung ano niya. Then, we will have 2t. Yan. That's simply the formula for instantaneous velocity. Ngayon, paano nga ba ito gamitan? So, first, we will be needing the acceleration from the previous conversion. So, lilista muna natin lahat ng velocities. So, una, may 0.79, yung 7. So, lahat ng acceleration from kanina, and then 0.58, lastly, we have 0.23. So, sa-substitute lang natin siya muna. So, eto, sa una, akit natin para may space tayo. So, Vx is equal to a 2t. So, Vx, gawin muna natin yung pinakauna, 0.79 2t. So, i-multiply muna natin siya. So, ang kinalabasan ay 1.58 and then t. So, ano nga ba yung time natin sa pinakauna is 7 seconds. Then, ilagay na rin natin yung lahat ng time. So, next one, we will be having 24 seconds, and then 9 seconds, and then 7, and then 31, 8, and then lastly is 6. So, isa-substitute lang natin siya. So, dito na natin lalagay 7, and then we will be having the Vx. For the first one is 11 meters per second. So, the next one, sulat na natin siya dito. 46 t. Then substituting the 0.46 with 6 in time will give us point meters per second. Meters per second. Yan. And here it is. Ito na lahat yung instantaneous velocities all throughout the travel from Boni Station to Guadalupe. And if you're curious kung ano yung summation niya lahat, summation of instantaneous velocities is ipag-add mo lang siya lahat, which is ang lalabas ay 163.96 meters per second. So now we have the instantaneous velocity summation, and then we also have the distance of 875.84 meters. And just for the content, we will also be getting the summation of average velocities. So, the final one is average velocity. So, paano nga ba natin siya kukunin? So, kanina, ginamit natin is yung xn is equal to x0 acceleration time squared. So, sa ano natin, for example, yung first one, we had the acceleration of 0.79. So, first, we must get the initial within the time frame of 1 second. So, we have x and x1 is equal to x0. We started from 0. So, plus a which is the 0.79, then substituting it with 1 second. So, we will have there the 0.79 meter. So, x1, if we are going to get the distance na, so gagamitin na natin yung time niya, which is 7 seconds. So, parang kagaya lang kanina, 0.79, 7 seconds squared. So, we will get 38.71. So, ano nga ba formula nito? Bakit kinuha natin to ulit? So, ang formula for average velocity is change in distance over change in time. So, change in time, we already have that, 7 seconds, and then the change in distance is this 2. So, it will basically be 38.71 minus 0.79 meters all over 7 seconds. So, that will give us the average velocity of 5.41 meters per second. So, kapag inulit mo siya sa lahat, ang kinalabasan niyan, ito na siya lahat, kinalculate ko na. So, una, meron tayong 5.41 meters per second. Sa pangalawa, meron tayong 13.9 meters per second. Pangatlo, 12.36 meters per second. Sa pang-apat, we have 10.9 meters per second. Panglima, 6 at 7, we have 8.36 meters per second and 5.51 meters per second. And lastly, we have 1.34 meters per second. So, if we have the summation for all of it, it will give us the value of 57.78 meters per second. So, bakit nga ba to importante kunin? Kasi all throughout the journey from Bonnie Avenue Station to Guadalupe, ito yung average velocity niya talaga all throughout. At kung mapapansin nyo dun sa video, mas malimit siyang mapunta doon sa may 57 meters per second all throughout. I mean, majority of time, lagi siyang nandun, nagpa-pass by lang siya. So, that will be the average velocity. So, I will be also presenting the actual calculation in my paper. So, you can correct me if there is a mistake. But that's technically all about instantaneous acceleration and velocity. So, latag lang natin lahat ng mga nakuha natin kanina. Nandito yung distance na kuha natin, 4 meters per meters, and then summation of the average velocity, we have 57.70 meters per second, and lastly, we have the average, summation of instantaneous velocity, 163.96 meters per second. And that's all. Thank you for watching.